Dear student, today let us discuss about the topic that is hormonal control of frog metamorphosis or hormonal control of amphibian metamorphosis. This before the video already we have to discuss about the whole frog metamorphosis, and in these frog metamorphosis what are the biochemical, morphological and physiological changes will occur in three stages, that is progressive stage and regressive change and remodeling changes. And come to the next is that is the hormonal control. This hormonal control was studied by two scientists, that is J.F. Goodernach in the year 1912 and Bunnett Allain in the year 1916. What are the hormones that are controlled by the frog metamorphosis that we have to study today. Here I will sketch the one diagram. Here there is the diagram is there. On this basis here I will explain the hormonal control in the metamorphosis. That is, the first one is the initial stage of the frog metamorphosis. The initial stage of the frog metamorphosis is given by hypothalamus. That is, hypothalamus is present in the brain and it contains certain specialized nerve fibers called as neurosecretory nerve fiber. And this neurosecretory nerve fiber secrete a chemical substance is called as neurosecretion, and it contain a factor called as thyrotrophin releasing factor, and this thyrotrophin releasing factor to reach the pituitary gland by via median amines. This median amines is present part of the pituitary gland present in between the hypothalamus and pituitary. When it reaches the pituitary gland, it stimulates the pituitary gland. This pituitary gland can produce the hormone that is thyroid stimulating hormone, and this thyroid stimulating hormone act on thyroid gland to produce the another one hormone, that is thyroxine hormone, and this thyroxine hormone is act on the tissues directly, causing the degeneration and necrosis of some cells and stimulating the growth and differentiation of the others. What is an thyroxine? Thyroxine is an iodine containing thyroid hormone secreted by the thyroid gland, and it is a protein hormone. Chemically it is an iodinated tyrosine, and in amphibians thyroxine brings about the metamorphosis, but in case of reptiles the thyroxine induces molting. In mammals the thyroxine improves the growth, but it increases the thyroxine hormone is increases the basal metabolic rate, hence it is stimulates the production of more energy, and it also thyroxine hormone stimulates the protein synthesis, and it also increases the absorption of monosaccharides. In deficiency of, in some cases deficiency of this hormone in children causes cretinism, and in adult the deficiency of this hormone causes myxedema in human beings. This is about all the characteristics of thyroxine hormone. Now come to the how the interactions of the thyroxine and tissues taken place in the metamorphosis. Here I have mentioned one word, that is the threshold model. What is the threshold model? What we call as threshold in the hormonal level. Threshold means the metamorphosing tissues requires different concentration or dosage of thyroxine for their progressive or regressive changes. Each part of the body has a particular threshold value. Means the one tissues receives the thyroxine hormone, that is in early stage it receives a low level amount of thyroxine, in a late stage it receives high amount of thyroxine hormone. Like that, depend on the concentration on level of the hormones what they have to tissues receives at the time of metamorphosis, that we call as threshold hormone. Here see that thyroxine hormone, this thyroxine hormone is produced by the thyroid gland, and this thyroxine hormone is T4. This thyroxine hormone is converting into the T3 hormone, that is triiodothyroxine hormone, presence of enzyme type 2 deiodinase enzyme, and this is T3 hormone is an active hormone. Actually in the T4 hormone and T3 hormone both the functions are same in the metamorphosis, and the T3 hormone is next converting into the another one hormone, that is triiodothyroxine hormone, presence of enzyme type 3 deiodinase enzyme, but the diiodothyroxine enzyme is inactive form, whereas T3 hormone is active form, and it is T3 hormone is in the frog metamorphosis, they give the some morphological changes. T3 and as well as T4. Now come to the second one. The thyroid gland is also having the thyroid hormone receptors. These thyroid hormone receptors are the members of steroid hormones receptors, a super family of transcription. What we call thyroid hormone receptors are the members of the steroid hormones, and these are the super family of the transcription. And these thyroid hormone receptors are having two types, that is thyroid hormone receptors alpha, thyroid hormone receptor beta. What is this thyroid hormone receptor alpha and beta? Thyroid hormone receptor alpha is present before the development of the thyroid gland. The thyroid hormone receptors beta is developed after the developing of the thyroid gland. Where there is the best example we have taken as thyroid hormone receptors beta is, that is the in the frog metamorphosis, where there is the progressive changes will be taken place, the presence of the thyroid hormone receptors. Next come to the another one is there, that is retinoid receptor. It is we have mentioned by RXR. Retinoid receptor is bound by the T3 hormone, and it is also having the at the time of metamorphic climax, it does the function of, that is refresher, transcription refresher genes. It act on transcription receptor genes at the stage of metamorphic climax, that is a retinoid receptor. Now come to the last one is the based on hormone threshold. Already have told that the what do you mean by threshold. On the basis of a concentration of the hormone, is dividing into three stages. One is pre-metamorphosis, another one is pro-metamorphosis, third one is metamorphic climax. In this case, the first one, you have to discuss the first one, what is pre-metamorphosis. In this pre-metamorphosis stages, under the development or some environmental condition, it influences the hypothalamus, and hypothalamus is released stimulate the choreotropic hormone, and this choreotropic hormone is produce the hormone, that is corticosterone hormone. Here I write the corticosterone hormone is produced by CRS, corticotropic hormone, and this corticosterone hormone is act on two types, means corticosterone hormone is act on pituitary gland to initiate the pituitary gland to release the thyroid stimulating hormone. And next come to it also act on the corticosterone hormone is act on the hormones genes response, means at the time of corticosterone hormone is increases the transcription level and it decreases the low level of the T3 hormone. This effect, whatever the TCS thyroid stimulating hormone and T3, both they are affect the frog metamorphosis. In this case, whatever the limb rudiments are there, those they are developed, means the limbs are limbs development will be taken place under the TSS thyroid stimulating hormone, that is both the T3 and T4 hormone, both they have to influence the tissue to develop the limb development, that is the legs will be developed under pre-metamorphosis stage. But in this case, the pituitary is also produced the another one hormone, that is prolactin hormone. Prolactin hormone is inhibits the metamorphosis, means prolactin hormone is low level, high level is in this stage, whereas T3 and T4 is low level. Therefore, only the limbs development takes place, not others organs does not grow or does not reabsorb. That is changes will be taken place is pre-metamorphosis. Now come to the second one, pro-metamorphosis. In this pro-metamorphosis, here there is the T3 and T4 will be increased and prolactin will be decreased. Prolactin level hormone will be decreased and T3, T4 will be increased. For this hormonal increases, where there is a TL reabsorption is taken place, gills reabsorption will be taken place, where there is intestine, inside the intestine will be is smaller in size in the case of pro-metamorphosis. Now come to the last one is the metamorphic climax. In this metamorphic climax, the frog's brain down regulate metamorphic once metamorphic climax has been reached. In this case, T3 found in the anterior pituitary gland, where there is a metamorphic climax. This inhibits the transcription of thyrotrophin gene, and thus it is initiate the negative feedback loop. Metamorphic climax is initiate the negative feedback loop, means already in the metamorphic climax. Here I will show you that is already in the metamorphic climax, where there is frog's brain has been regulate the metamorphic ones, because where there is a climax, metamorphic climax means already all the whatever the growth will be there and whatever the reabsorption will, both they have to take place. In this case transcription will be low, the transcription will be refresh the transcription, where there is the negative feedback will be taken place in the stage of metamorphic climax. Means whole the process of metamorphosis, what you have to study is that T3 and T4 hormones. Here I will show the T3 and T4 hormone is most important. If they are in the high level, then only the tail reabsorption and gills reabsorption and skin the development and as well as intestine development will be taken place, the presence of the T3 and T4 hormone. Whereas the prolactin hormone is present in pre-metamorphosis stage, the T3 T4 level will be low. For this reason, in the pre-metamorphosis stage, the only the limb developments, that is the forelimb and hind limb will be takes place. In some events, in some cases, the forelimb is having the low amount and hind limb is having the high amount of the hormone will be needed. Means because it is the already I mentioned that based on the hormone concentration that we call as a threshold. In each level, the hormone level will be different. In some tissues, they need the more hormone. In some tissues, they need the high hormone. On this basis, the metamorphosis will be taken place under in the frog.